Hi, Stitchers.
Hi, I'm Keisha.
I'm Laura. Welcome to the Pattern Queens, episode 166. Today is Sunday, January 12th, 2025, and this is a channel about cross stitch
And friendship and rambles and lots of shenanigans. We survived 2024 and here we are.
and a blizzard.
And yes, I got snowed out of Missouri when I so.
And I got an extra week off from school
Mhm.
because the district that we're in is has some older neighborhoods and the streets are just not passable for the buses. It's not safe for the families to get out. So they just decided to extend those snow days, and we had virtual learning days. We had a snow day the first day, Monday, virtual learning for the rest of the week.
Oh wow.
Oh, I guess I'm doing my life update first. And before I even say, hey, thank you for being here.
Hey, thanks.
So obviously it's kind of craziness here like normal,
Mhm, mhm.
but I'll finish up since I've already started. I did end up getting a lot of stitching done and worked on some other projects, and we've just been having fun hanging out. Katie and I have watched a lot of movies, and it's been
Nice.
nice spending some extra time. The holidays were great just to sit and enjoy each other. So,
Yeah, definitely. We our holidays were a little bit strange. James's entire daycare class got the flu. So he was sick, and that's why we didn't have a video at the end of December because we couldn't go to my parents' house for Christmas on Christmas. So we went that following weekend whenever he was feeling better. Poor guy was starting to get better and then took a turn for the worse. We took him to the children's clinic and found out that he had an ear infection. So poor guy just went through it for Christmas. And then we went to my in-laws' house to celebrate our Christmas over New Year's and got there was a whole big old snow event here and we couldn't make it back for an extra day. So,
and you were
but
late going there.
yes, because my mother-in-law was sick. So, it's been a weird time, but it's been
Yes.
I did
Yeah.
get a lot of stitching done whenever I was at my in-laws' house because my Owen, the baby, was just passed around and was playing with his cousins and having the best time. So
He seems pretty chill though.
yeah, he's a chill guy, but he really likes to sit with his mom. And the thing about stitching is you need hands to do it.
Mhm.
So
The other big thing that happened at our house is that my younger daughter, Bree, adopted a new cat. So we
oh,
have Mac at the house. Oh, I was just trying to figure out where I set my phone down because, I was going to show some pictures and things. If I think about, I'll put a picture of Mac here.
okay.
He's very
Aw, cute.
cute.
I've seen pictures. I've seen pictures. He's cute.
He's a sweet baby, and he's really, it's funny. This is the third home that he's been in.
hmm
He was brought back with his sibling after a year because they were demanding too much attention.
Mm.
I mean, I just think, how do you adopt a cat and not know that they require a lot of attention?
Right, right. And keep them for a year. And then,
Yes,
so sorry, can't do the same.
yes. And then they were adopted out again, and he evidently would prefer to be the only cat in the house.
Mm.
And so the new family kept the brother, but did not, they brought Mac back. So
Mm.
poor baby, it's the third time he's been adopted out. Bree's loving it because really Mac just wants to be loved on.
Yeah.
And he chills out and he settles down, and he's
hmm
just lovely. So
Oh, well, nice. Sounds like Mac found the right home eventually.
yes, he did. We love having him here. He is in Bree's room only, so he is downstairs. So,
hmm
do you suppose we should talk about some stitching?
Maybe that might be why the people are here.
I don't know which pillows we had shown you at the end of December. I know I still had one to get finished, and I had to FFO a couple more, but I haven't, they're put up. So
Mhm.
they're right
Yeah,
over here, but they're put
yeah,
up, so I'm not going to
yeah,
pull them out today.
yeah. The Christmas specials from the Black Needle Society. Those were so much fun to stitch.
But while I was um going through some things, I found I think this is number two from Artist Designs Chesapeake Bay
Oh, yes.
Treasures. And the kit came with the fabric, and you could do this as a patch and cut a
Hmm.
hole in the back, but I just sewed it on. I still have some trim to go on, and I bought some trim to put on,
Hmm.
but it also came with this cute little pin,
Oh, cute.
and all the stitching had already been done, but I
Hmm.
stuffed it and sewed it up. I mean, I've been in a pillow making frenzy, so
Yeah,
why not?
sure. Sure. Just ride that wave.
I just love that.
Yeah.
So that one got FFO'd except for the trim that I'll put on. And then also on one of I think last Sunday is when I did this. I pulled out from a fishtail. This is a whole kit and came with all these little parts.
Hmm.
I pulled out fob number one
Ooh,
and I started and finished it.
love it.
So I have the other two to go. I think um, I'll tell you plans early here. I think I'm working on the next fob today and seeing if I can get through another one because
Oh, cool.
they're really cute and it fits in with my challenge stitching.
Hmm.
So it'll be perfect to do that.
Right.
So those are my finishes, one an
Ooh.
FFO and one an actual start and finish. I started it on maybe Saturday night and finished it Sunday because I fell asleep holding the needle. We know
I
how that goes, right?
Right. I do not have any finishes yet, but
Yet.
we're working really hard for one.
Okay, how about some stash?
All right. Well, I don't have any stash with me. There was a big blizzard, and the path to our house is longer than it usually is, so we haven't brought in the Christmas presents. But I did get a Nurge lap stand that is made to hold Nurge hoops. I haven't tested it with any other type of hoop yet because I've only used it about once whenever I was at my in-laws' house, and I only had Nurge hoops with me. So I'll let you know how that goes. I'm excited to have a lap stand to try to like some two-handed stitching. I don't usually have a lap when I stitch, so usually I have a baby sleeping there. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm excited to kind of work with it and try it out. And whenever I bring it inside, I'll try to show you guys. So
Fun. Um, I have, you know what, I'm just thinking I probably had a fabric of the month, but you're just not going to see it. I
you'll see it
did
eventually. She'll stitch on
I
it.
did get a package from one of our friends. She sent me this one is Catherine Sherman, Cumru Township, circa 1840, a Berks County, Pennsylvania sampler from CrossStitch
Ooh.
Antiques. And she sent that because I think she decided that a pattern couldn't travel alone. She sent me this. She got the kitten stitcher box,
Mhm.
and she said she's not a big Blackbird fan, knew
Mhm.
that I was, and so she sent it. And there it is
Ooh.
bigger. Isn't that pretty?
So pretty. That's got you written all over it.
Yeah, so this will be really exciting. And it's called Noel. I don't know that it especially feels like it's Christmas to me,
No, not
but
over.
it could be something that you see next December.
Mhm. Fun.
And then I ordered a couple of things from 123 Stitch. So I got this warm weather
Ooh.
wash by
Oh,
Raise
I
the
love it.
Roof. I just think this one is hysterical.
I love that series. It's so much fun.
Yeah. I will have to find all the little buttons and things, but I thought that was really cute. Things cannot travel alone. The
Right.
real reason that I ordered is that I've been working on Mary Brew by Plum Street, and I
Mhm.
found this one for you. There it is
Ooh.
for you. And I love that.
Yes.
And it goes with my little series. So
Hmm.
I will do that one. And then Keisha and I have talked about that we are doing black needle things that have been in black needle boxes this year,
Hmm.
one a month. And Katie has claimed the Jeanette Douglas um, garden box.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been highly jealous of that.
Hmm.
So I got this one. This is the Christmas box.
Ooh,
Isn't that pretty?
yes.
But I have to show you. I'm going to have to figure this out. This is my supply list.
Hmm.
Oriana's and thread gatherers and a by Jupiter bow. Oh, that's a charm. And then other sundries. There's a section called other sundries, but a
Uh-oh.
lot of things to do this. So I'll have to decide if I'm going to try and collect the Glorianas and things, or if I'm just going to look through and convert this with some other things.
Right.
So then, doggone it. There we go. I cannot remember if I got this, so I went ahead and did it. I got summer sample or summer house,
Summer
summer
moon.
moon. Let me try again. And I bought all of the floss for it
Mm. Nice.
because I started the other ones in their season this last year and I did not start summer. And
Hmm.
I feel like I would have started that.
Right.
So yeah, I got it. And then Katie said, Mom, you said you would do this one. Aren't you going to do it? So I inherited this stash from her.
Mhm.
I have this happy morning, which
Ooh.
she wants me to do. It's really through two bags. She wants me to do in the black version.
Oh, okay.
So she also gave me a huge piece of black fabric to do it on.
Nice.
So I will be gathering all this stuff for that. Who knows when that will start? It that is a Christmas one. It says, Yea,
Mhm.
Lord, we greet thee, born this happy morning.
Oh, okay.
So I will be gathering things and I'll start that at some point. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But that is basically my stash. We did make a trip to Color and Cotton yesterday, and I bought pieces for a couple of other things that I'm planning to start. And I will be getting all of that ready as well. So
Okay.
that will be
Ooh.
fun. But I didn't pull it out, and I told Keisha I'm not getting up again.
We've
I'm
got a
not going
lot
to
to
do
show
it.
you in this video, so.
Yes. So, okay, before we get to whips, let's talk for just a minute. We are part of a chat group, and the chat group decided that it would be fun to do some sort of challenge together. Um, there are lots of groups out there playing games, doing
Mhm.
different things, and there are a lot of floss tubers and Instagrammers doing challenges based on whatever comes up that, is pertinent to them. So we have kind of adapted one of those and we are playing a challenge game. And
Mhm.
every week we have two things that we have to stitch on. Well, unless you're one of the people drawn and then you don't have to stitch on it, but you
Mhm.
can, which most of us are. And then we are letting everyone count a finish every other week
Mhm.
because we have some people who will finish like four or five things in one week.
Yes.
So, um, we've had at least two finishers every week, and it's more often been three or four. And we have
Mhm.
to stitch on a project for each of them. Now, I have different projects for each person. You want to tell what you have?
Yeah, so we currently have 13 people who are participating.
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
that's the other big.
and right, it's 100 stitches. You assign a project to each person. It's 100 stitches per finish. It's 180 for, there's a person drawn who completed the challenge last time. And then it's a spin of a wheel times 6 days for a certain number that's spun. So what I've done, because I don't want to choose 13 different projects, is I have chosen 6 different projects and basically assigned each project to 2 people. So some of them have like been called multiple times. Um, and so I've really been able to move some things along. And then the 13th spot is me. It's a wild card spot where I've just put a whole bunch of wacky stuff on a wheel, on a tiny decisions wheel, spun the wheel, and then that's what I get to work on. So,
And I think we talked a little about it last week because, or the last time we filmed, because
mhm,
I had said that the project I'm doing for Keisha had not been called. It got
mhm.
called right after that.
It
So
did. It
I did
did. Because
start that one and I didn't pull it out today,
that's
but
okay.
it's so fun. And I'm really excited to pull it out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So
um,
it's the challenge has been really good because it's just like this is
yeah.
my set list of things and then we just kind of go.
And we're not doing um huge numbers.
No.
So um it's easy to feel like, oh, hey, I can do this, and it just kind of directs some of my stitching. I told Keisha that when I finished my stitching, because I got it done, we were doing this while we were model stitching
Hmm.
in December, and that was a little more challenging.
Right. Yeah, I didn't complete some weeks whenever I was model stitching.
Hmm.
I was spending all
And
my time.
um But since we're done with those things, now I told her I'm floundering a little bit to figure out what am I going to stitch on when I don't have something that I have to stitch on.
Right.
But one of our friends in the group assigned 4 pieces to each person. Now she did say some of those overlap so that she'll get more time on them.
Hmm.
But it kind of inspired me because, of course, I don't like to be told what to do all the time.
Right.
And I feel like if I have 4 options, that's better.
Hmm.
So we have that. Also during this time, Katie and I hosted 2 chats with the Black Needle Society for, sorry, I keep bumping that, for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And we pulled out our projects that are, we call them our 25 for 25. Um, we started this in 2022. We pulled out 22 new projects then and started working on them. And what we have found is that we're not always really good about pulling those back out and working on them. So as we've finished some, we've allowed ourselves to put in like whips if we want to. And the only stipulation we have is that you need a New Year new start every year.
Hmm.
So at least one more new piece. But so I worked on 25 things. That's why I'm like, I'm not pulling all this out to show you
Right.
everything that I stitched on. But I will show you, look, let's talk stitching. A
Okay.
Plum Street sampler, cinnamon
Woohoo.
stars. I got part of the roof on. This is one of my 25 for 25. But I started this, I think, in 2022 or 2023. And I put on the roof over here.
Oh, nice.
We did it a little differently than we have in the past years. Last year, we worked on one new project every 30 minutes, and
Mm.
that got to be so chaotic and crazy. And this year, we talked a little bit and said, we don't have to do all of these on the chats.
Hmm.
So we just worked until we were satisfied. And what I figured out is that I like to work until I had about 100 stitches
Mm.
on each one at least. Some
Right.
got a little more, some not quite as many, but most of them at least 100. This one that I showed you is going to be my school project.
Okay.
We're getting ready to go into, I'm going to throw it on the table here so I remember to take it. Um, we're getting ready to go into testing season, and I have to have something that is not on um, a technological device. I can't have any
Hmm.
technology. So I have to have a paper pattern. And I thought, I'm tired of that one sitting around. Probably during testing, I can finish that because I
Yeah.
have that house. I have a good ground piece in the middle.
Right. Right.
So I thought I would pull that and that will be it. So now you guys have seen the starting point, and I did do a little work on it.
Mhm.
Then I seriously, I thought I had my phone, so now I'm gonna have to insert a whole bunch of photos. Um, the next one I'll show you is I am doing a blessing sampler. And I
Mhm.
haven't read the whole thing, but my understanding of this is that you were supposed to choose a sampler started on January 1st and finish it by the end of the month. And it's supposed to be a blessing on your stitching for the rest of 2025. And I
Okay,
thought, I need that. So
sure.
so I had previously purchased, I'll show you a picture, Jane Marshall 1857. It was the one that was designed by Hands Across the Sea in 2020 for two brigades, two fire brigades um, in Australia because they had those devastating fires in 2020 before COVID hit.
Mhm.
And I know we're all very aware of the fires right now in Los Angeles. So
Yes, we're thinking about you if you're over there, for
yes.
sure.
So it's really hit like I feel like this is kind of a very appropriate thing to be stitching on.
Mhm.
I am working on 32 count Olympia linen from Mystic Fabrics. I'm not going to open it up, but I am working on this bottom band right now.
Ooh, so pretty.
I love it. It's all DMCs, and this is my third start of it, but I feel like this is the one that was meant to be. So it just needed a good place, and it will be a blessing to me that it is done and I'm not restarting it again.
Yes, definitely.
Did you pull up a picture of our next one?
I did.
Ah,
So
awesome.
we decided, as we've kind of talked about, that we're going to work on a bunch of Black Needle Society things. Well, we decided we wanted to do a 25/7 of something Black Needle Society, which is where we've been doing 25 stitches every single day since January 1st. So this is my New Year, New Start. And we are working on Society Stitcher from the Black Needle Society. This is a freebie that Katie designed back in 2020. Sorry, you're
Mhm.
getting all the glare from my computer there. That's a little
You
bit
can
better.
only get this if you are on our Facebook group, and it
Yeah.
is in the files section on the Facebook group.
Yeah. So if you want to join us. But it's very
Keisha's
fun.
background is making it all very, very blue.
Very blue. Sorry.
It's
It's
fine.
that glare from the computer. So do you want to show yours first or do we want to hold them up at the same time?
Um, you know what? If you want to hold yours up, I'll look and see if I can figure out what my fabric is.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to get in here. Mine is still in the hoop. A lot of my stuff is in the hoop because it's things I'm actively working on. But here is my start of it. Um, So I am not stitching this as called for at all. At all. This is 32 count Enchanted Forest from Forbidden Fiber Co. It's an even weave. And we got this in the fairy tale box. Um, and I'm trying to use things that we've gotten in Black Needle boxes or things that Katie Landis has given me. So the green floss here is actually also Forbidden Fiber Co. Katie gave me this great big old thing of beautiful green floss, and so I'm using it as my main color. I have an idea for the other colors that I'm going to use. I'm kind of going to make it feel gardeny, I think, because of the fabric. Um, I'm also doing this over one on 32 count, so it's teeny tiny. Um, Here are my scissors. So it's
It
been
is
fun.
tiny.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I'll be to the end of the top border, so that's as big across as it's going to be.
Oh, and you should leave yours up for a minute.
Okay, sure.
So mine is on 32 count Orchid Soft from Color and Cotton, which is pretty close to the color that Katie called for. Well,
Hmm.
I don't, she didn't give you a fabric color. And I converted mine all to overdyed flosses. But this is mine. You know what? I don't have storks, but I have this. Let's see if I can hold it.
Because
And
yours is
that's
going to be is exactly twice as big as mine.
yeah.
So,
So it is it is, I don't know where my brain was going. That's as white as it will be. And I've started Society Stitcher down there,
Mhm.
which it's really funny. I ended up not doing the R is 24 stitches. That's where I'm trying to get. And I ended up not doing that um by itself. I had to finish
Uh-huh.
coming down this side like 4 stitches, and then I started in, and I actually started on the E because it was down at the bottom, and I did
Uh-huh.
the E and the R at the same time. But
Oh.
magically, oh no, there is 1 stitch of the E left to go in there.
Oh, jeez.
And then I think that H that's next to it, I'm going to be able to do like the hump and the top. And
Oh,
then I'll do
okay.
25 stitches along with
Mhm.
that one. And I'll have to do the bottom of the H tomorrow.
Right. So
So,
we are very faithfully sticking to 25 stitches a
mhm.
day. Kind of a fun note is that it will be finished on James's birthday. So, which we thought
The
was
other
really
funny thing is we were, I don't know how many days in, but I said to Keisha, oh my gosh, we still have this many stitches in
cool.
the border color. So the green that
Mhm.
she's stitching is the same as my dark blue.
Mhm.
And with the stitches that we have left, it's going to take us it will take us 100 days because
Yeah,
it was 99.4 or something like that.
right,
To get to the end of that.
right.
So
So it's
we
gonna
are cracking up about this.
so it's gonna be Owen's birthday before I'm done with the green.
And that's if you just go straight through that.
Mhm.
On mine, you could see there were some little things poked up from the box. That's
Mhm.
where that color on the cup comes
Mm.
in. And I
Gotcha.
thought, well, I'm already there doing 25 a day. I might as well put those
Sure.
in
Just pop
too.
them in there. Yeah.
And it just worked well to
Mhm.
put that in.
And the colors that you've chosen, your overdyes that you've chosen, are close to the DMC that's
Yes.
called for. So it's going to look pretty close to what is called for. Mine
Mhm.
is just going to be whatever I feel like.
Yeah, because it's all those purples and blues. The only thing that I tweaked maybe a little is that the DMC, because Katie designed it all in DMC, and mine
Mhm.
is in Classic Colorworks and some Gentle Arts, and I think 1 Week's Dye Works.
Mhm.
Um, but the cup, the outline of the cup is that goldish color,
Mhm.
which when I pulled the DMC is very orange.
Mhm.
And I picked one, I think mine's sassy brass or something like that.
Mhm.
So it's a little more gold instead of orange.
Okay,
But
cool.
that's the biggest change that I've made. What color is your snail going to be?
Well, I'm trying to decide. So I have, let me see if I think I brought my bag in here that this project lives in. So, like I said, I've pulled things, I'll supplement with a few things, other things I had in my stash, but I found this really pretty, like
Ooh.
pinkish one that I kind of wanted to use as the stripes on my cup.
Uh-huh.
And the snail's shell is pink, so I'm gonna have to decide what I'm gonna do. But this is making masks from the Halloween box this past year. Um, I found this really pretty purple that
Mm.
we just got in the July box. Um, I'm thinking that I might try to use like a really pale blue, just like find a DMC for the snail, and then. This is Classic Colorworks Honeycomb, which is what I'm going to probably use as the yellow. So,
That'll be nice.
um, so I'm just trying to kind of figure it out. There's the steam from the cup around that I might try to pull like the lighter part of this pink out of. So
Hmm.
I'm just gonna kind of play, but I don't have to really make any choices until April, so it's fine.
There you go. Saturday Morning Stitching has a blue in it from Night Stalker's Calling
Hmm.
if it works for your snail.
Yeah, I'll have to look because really I'm trying to for the most part, except for a couple of exceptions, hit it all out from things
Hmm.
that we've gotten in boxes because I think that's fun and it's
Yes. And
in
well,
the
and
spirit of this challenge.
people are always talking about, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with all of these
Mhm.
things. So it's fun to pull them out and figure
Mhm.
out what you can do with things.
Yeah, and the green floss that I'm using, I just have it stuck in this bag so you can. It's a great big old thing.
It's a
Um,
whole hank of it.
the whole big old thing. So since I'm doing the silver one, I still have enough to do a pretty large project
Oh,
with it.
yeah.
So, but I just thought it'd be fun to put in there.
Mine is a pinky purple that
Mhm.
Katie got me. And
Mhm.
I'm thinking of doing an ink circles, like one of the older ones, I think probably Cirque de Coeur. So
Oh,
the
okay.
the hearts.
Mhm.
And I thought it would be really pretty in that pinky purple and it would just be
Mm.
so cool. And I think that's one that I went back and repurchased. If you don't know, Ink Circles has made almost everything that she's designed a PDF.
Yes.
And for me, if you use a digital device like Pattern Keeper or Markup, it's totally worth it to go spend the money again. I mean, that's been in my stash forever. But if I will put it on Pattern Keeper, I will probably stitch it because that's easier.
And they go in beautifully. It's not
Yes,
anything that you really have to work with even. So
yes. So, the next one I'm going to show you, we talked a lot about that one. That was kind of fun.
we did. And you'll see it every single week. So
And this is a little different than our normal videos too, because we are talking more about our projects. So you are getting a little more in-depth start to our year.
right.
The next one I pulled out is Present Blessings by Hands On Design. And I was really irritated because this one is so close to being finished and there's just no reason for it to be in my stash.
Mm,
And I worked on it and I had done the green that's in here
mhm.
across two, I was like clear over here. So I just had this little bit and this one to go. Yeah, I had put it in pale pink.
Oh no.
So I pulled it all out and redid it. I did that on library night and got
Mm,
it that far caught up. But plans again, this is one that I want to pull out. So I just need to do the rest of what's up here. And then there are some Smyrnas that go through
mhm.
here. But this is a week when I would be eligible for a finish.
Oh,
So I'm
nice.
thinking I either need to finish this or I need to finish that the fob that I plan to start.
Mhm.
So, I got it all going.
Yes,
You have a whip for us?
I do. So I'll just show you my big plan for the year. Now, how many years have I said I'm going to finish this by the end of the year? And how many times have I only done like 100 stitches on it in the year? Um, but I'm serious about it this time.
And you're using it for challenge stitching,
And I'm using it for challenge
which
stitching.
seems
So
to be working for both of us right now.
for sure. So here you go. You know her, you love her. It's Flying Pink Piggy.
I can put a picture in. I
Okay.
have a picture saved.
I'm I'm gonna send a whole bunch of pictures to Laura. It's Flying Pink Piggy, charted from Heaven by Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artwork is from Lisa Victoria, and
And it
here
goes with your shirt today.
it does. I have another whip that goes with my shirt today too. Um, so here is where she is in all of her glory. I have
Wow.
about 21,000 stitches left to do on it. Um, I've it's as wide as it's going to be. It's still going to go down probably to about here. Um, I really want this done. I just really want it done. I want it done. I want it up. Um, I'm gonna work on it some more this month because I was gonna give it to my grandma and didn't quite make it. Um, and my grandma's birthday is January the 30th, so I'm gonna kind of do it in remembrance of her on that day for sure. But here's the pig, the very happy pig.
We
He
love
just
the pig.
I love him so much too. So, and this is on, I guess I should give you all the stuff. It's on just a 25 count white linen. It's 1/1. I think the coverage is pretty good whenever you hold it back. You can't really see a whole lot of gaps. If you get way in there, you can kind of see that
If
it's
you're
blown.
that close, shame on you.
If you're that close, just tell me how pretty it is.
If you're
If I
that
let you
close,
get that
you should
close.
be the stitcher putting in a few extra stitches for Keisha.
That's okay. So, but yeah, I think it looks pretty good far back. I was a little bit worried, and I'll kind of show you. I'd read that sometimes doing 2/1 on 25 count gets kind of bulky in the back. But the 1/1 isn't too bulky. If I'm far back, it looks pretty good. If you get up in there, it you can definitely see where there's some bulk to it, but there's a lot
That's
of
not
colors in
bad.
this, and a lot of color changes. So, but in case you're curious about the back of it, because I think that that's kind of fun to see.
Yes. And it really is nice to just like have that reminder from the challenge. Okay, I need to do 100 stitches on this.
Pull
I
it
need to
out. Yeah.
do a
It
couple
hasn't,
hundred stitches.
yeah. It hasn't been called yet for in January, but I did work on it. It was called at the end of December, so I worked on it then.
One of the projects that I assigned, so I assigned in December, I mostly had new starts. It was pretty funny, except for a couple of pieces. And they were Christmas things that I'm like, doggone it, if I'm going to be doing this, hopefully they'll get called and I'll do them. And so I started a whole bunch of things. But for January, when I assigned 4 things, if you guys were with us back in September, I did Sampler September and worked on 10 of my pieces and loved it.
Mhm.
And I had kind of had a loose plan that I wanted to assign a sampler for every month this year and work on them. And I thought, oh, well, that can be one of my pieces. Everybody gets a sampler. So you will see a lot of my samplers this year. And I mean, I
Wow.
had logic for everything I picked. One was my 25 for 25, one was my December, one was a sampler. And I would have to look at my list to figure the fourth one. I think I just was trying to pull out because it was 25. I guess I used a couple of those.
Mhm.
All of that to get to. I'm doing heartstring samplery, piece band sampler. Everything is really blown out today because it is bright.
Mhm.
And I have a piece of needle bling designs. This was a Galleria limited pearl, is the colorway. And I uh, went to Color and Cotton and pulled a bunch of her floss, and I am just doing my own pink configuration.
Ooh, so pretty.
Thank you. That checkerboard checkerboard at the bottom
Mhm.
is like pink and purple. I don't know
Okay.
how much you're seeing that, but I love it. And it's really fun. And I did with our challenge, I finished off the words across that band and started the line right above.
Mhm.
So that'll be the next border. And there it's in a different color. All of my words will be done in the same color. And I I hate to like post them now because I don't know what I'll use and what I won't.
Right.
I
Right.
seriously have it is just all pink goodness from Color and Cotton. So,
Very
and
fun.
I'm loving it.
Right.
But
Um, Also, just so you guys remember, if you want to know any of the information about
mm,
what we're stitching, it's down in the show notes. We put all of our fabric. We do also put if we're doing it as charted or if we're going our own way.
yes. And this one I have in a Love You More sleeve. It's the piece band sampler. It just kind of gave me that feel.
Ooh, for sure.
And it's just
Yeah.
kind of fun fabric. Mm, I love that.
I was gonna sh so the I don't have my pig sleeve. My flying piggy lives in a pig sleeve from Love
Oh,
You More. But it was one of the bags from day 25. This is what my 25/7 lives in because I love this bag so much.
well, and that's so funny. This is my 25/7.
Oh, fun.
But when we get to my New Year New Start, I'll show you what mine's in.
Okay. Um, the next one, uh, remember how I said that some of them were if my name was called, it was a wild card and I just put a whole bunch of
Mm-hmm.
wacky stuff on it? It's Halloween wreath from the Frosted Pumpkin.
Which is
Um,
awesome because that is a massive project.
yes. Yes, and this is just what I spun, and I did 180 stitches on it. Um, I'll have Laura insert a picture because she has a picture of this too. This was a sale a few years ago, and I did not finish it. But over here, I did most of the gray part of the wreath because
Oh, yeah, you filled in behind things.
because I'm doing it, even though the sal's done, I'm still just kind of doing it section by section to make it less overwhelming because there is a lot of that gray. So I've stitched all of the stuff, and now I'm putting the gray in behind it. I felt pretty good
Hmm.
about that. This is on a piece of 28 count pewter linen from Picture This Plus.
Did you buy the
And
kit?
yes, I bought the kit. So this is all the kit materials.
If you buy a kit from the Frosted Pumpkin, almost all of their things are on Picture This Plus fabric.
Yes, and they have done a few things on 32 count. So they kind of keep it 28, 32.
Hmm.
If you're a
And you
linen or
can
an
get
even weave.
Ada also.
So 14 or 16 count, and they do linen and Ada. So
Hmm.
and their kits are so nice. They give you everything that you need. They give you full skeins of stuff. They usually throw in a pack of needles. So it's a good kit to get.
They seriously want you ready, huh?
Oh, for sure. So
One of the ones that I started in December is Christmas etchings from Heart and Hand.
mm,
Now, Katie purchased this and then she said, "Oh, you're already doing this series, aren't you?" I'm like, "Yes, I really
yes.
am." And this was on my list. So she gave it to me.
Mhm.
And I pulled out fabric. I am using 32 count Quicksilver from Lakeside Linens. Had to look in my bag. And this is where I am.
Ooh.
So it was boring in December because I did the borders of those boxes.
Mhm.
And I did those first couple just as far as they would meet up and go. And then I thought, okay, I'm just going to start on the bell, which is really
Mhm.
blue, but we
Mhm.
are blown out today for sure. So, and this is one of the needle minders from the nice list.
So fun.
I love it. And it's just like
Mhm.
you're cozied up with your cat and your dog and
Right.
stitching away. And it's a cute Christmas needle minder that I get to keep using because I put it on this thing.
Yeah.
And I have this in my Shiba Designs bag. So that's the inside. I love it. That
Mhm.
pretty. And then the outside is cardinals.
Oh,
And
very nice.
Melissa watched our video and saw that the bags had gotten to me and already in use. And that made her
Nice.
really happy. So, Melissa,
Yes.
if you're watching, I love it.
Yes.
And you
Your bags are
guys
great.
should, she's in Canada. She has quick shipping on her things, and it's Shiba,
Yeah.
Shiba Designs.
Yes, they're lovely quality bags and they do get
Mm,
here super fast.
yes. And I feel like the shipping has been really reasonable, especially if you
Mhm.
buy, like 3 or 4 bags at one time.
Sure, sure, yeah. Buy multiples. She's great.
Get a friend,
That's right.
split the shipping, do all the things.
Yeah. Support those good makers.
Yes.
The next one I'll show you the other one that matches my shirt today. So I we said that we assigned projects to each person, and I let Lara have a say in what she was going to be assigned. And she chose swimming with scissors from Eight Circles. This is what I'm working on that came in a black needle box for January. I love this. I barely had a start on it. It was my retreat start that I started a day late as my birthday start, all the stuff. I love him so much.
He's so fun.
Yes. So this is on a piece of 32 count Naiad linen from Under the Sea, and it's still in the hoop because I get to work on it again this week. But here's my seaweed. Now,
Wow.
right here is where I started stitching the other night, and then I came down and around. Well, that very first line I put in the wrong spot. So
Oh,
I so I need to decide if I'm going to take this out or leave it, because you're not going to really be able to tell and you're not going to really count from there. But all four corners are symmetrical. So I'll have to either remember that I messed up and mess them all up, or just take out the 45 stitches and redo them. So I'm trying to decide.
or have a non-symmetrical corner.
That's also true. It would only be off by one stitch, and I don't think anybody would ever notice, but
Probably not.
I I would know. I'm trying, trying to make the choice about what I'm going to do there.
My next one of our friends really likes to do modern folk embroidery, so I assigned a secret sky to them. And this is one that I decided, oh, hey, I should go buy this as a PDF. And so,
Mhm.
yes, I have my paper copy that I purchased, and I went and purchased a second one. It's just worth it to me to do
Right.
that. And I put all of the stitches in, and it was fun to see how many stitches were already there. But this is where I am.
Wow.
And what I did for my 100 stitches is this little part.
Ooh,
And it was
fun.
like 124 stitches, um, because that's as much floss. That's how many stitches I could get with one
Hmm.
strand of floss. And I am using, it's in this beautiful bag from Judy. I love this.
Yes.
So pretty. It all just felt good because, those are my colors. I'm using um a couple of silken colors. Oh, and this one got around this little bauble. And one is Monsoon Sky. They're both really, really similar. The one I really, really liked was Lavender Blues, and
Hmm.
Monsoon Sky was really close. So I'm doing most of the piece with Monsoon Skies, and Lavender Blues just has a little lavender in it. That's what I'll do
Hmm.
the verse in.
Ooh,
And
nice.
then maybe I'll see if I'll do a motif here and there with it just to
Mhm.
kind of pull it in more too. And
Oh,
there's so many little motifs on this that it's really fun to pull it out and do it. But to get 100 stitches and get that fun zigzag back and forth
yeah.
on that one side, that was good.
Mhm.
So, have it called a couple more times and I'll be there.
Good with that. Yeah. The next one I'll show you is you can't see it, it's not in frame, but it's up on the wall at the Landis abode. Um,
Oh, I know what it is. Okay.
so I have been working on Summer in Stars Hollow from the Black Needle Society. You can see fall is over here. I've finished autumn. So I'm working on summer. I really want to finish summer this year. It's one of my goals. This is not just a piece of 32 count even weave. Um, this little needle minder is from our friend Ray, and then uh, that came in one of the boxes.
Troubadour.
Yes, I'm an official troubadour. So this is assigned to two people in our game, and both of them have been called. One of those people may have a name that is part of the show. So, um, so I put in um, kind of the top part of the gazebo there, the stairs that meet. I put in the vests for the singers. I'm kind of working on just finishing kind of the gazebo part and then moving over. Not really color completing because it doesn't all fit within my hoop, but
Right.
that's
But as
what I'm
much as
doing.
you can.
Yes,
Color
yes.
complete in a section, right?
And it was called for this week. So actually yesterday I did the stitches on the vests there for my 100 stitches that needed to be done.
Fun. My next one is my New Year New Start. I'll insert a picture here. It's New Year in the Village by Alessandra Adelaide. And I am doing this because of Robin, Bird's Eye Stitcher. Bird's Eye Stitches. Oh, Robin, I'm sorry. I will get this wrong every time. And I'm doing this on a piece of Skyfall linen from Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. It is so pretty. You're going to see just a
Mhm.
big blue blob because our color today. But I started right in the center because it will fit across this. Um,
Mm.
but my borders will be like an inch and a half on either side. So
Hmm.
here's a trick for you. I knew how far I can start as far up as I want. I started
Hmm.
right in the center and just measured up from the bottom.
Oh, okay.
So the center of the bottom, because I stitch from the bottom up. If you stitch from
Hmm.
the top down, you could do the same thing.
Hmm.
But I have the door of the one little house there, and I've started the outline of the house.
Nice.
So, and this is the one that I have in my bag
Ooh.
because New Year in the Village, I just thought they're decorating
Yeah.
for New Year.
Yeah. Very fun.
I love these. This is Heather Gretton art, and um, it just is so sweet. We asked her to do um, an animal series because
Hmm.
we've loved some animal series that we've seen in some fabrics and things. And
Hmm.
she was really excited, and in a book series. She
Hmm.
was really excited to get to do it. And she just did such cute things.
They're
So,
also cute.
oh, just makes me happy.
Let's see. I'm saving the one that I've done the most on for the end. Uh, I'll show you this one. I had it with the wrong piece of thing. So, um, I have decided that each month in our challenge game that I'm going to move forward the one that was closest to a finish so that I can try to finish things and then just replace it with the thing that was next closest to a finish, so on and so forth. The one that is closest to a finish is Koala Santa from Mill Hill. They put out a series of these Down Under Santas a couple years ago, and I have the entire set. There's a Kiwi Santa and a Kangaroo Santa. But I showed them all to my boy, and he picked the Koala Santa. So that's why Koala Santa. But here I am on him. He's
He's
been called.
really moving.
Yeah, this one is stitching up pretty fast. So I gave him legs and boots, I think, since we last talked, and maybe some mittens or
And
some
this is the
gloves.
one you have assigned to two stitchers with the same name.
Yes.
Okay.
No, no, this is not. The
Oh,
next one that
okay.
I share will be. This one is assigned to our friend who is Australian.
Oh, okay.
And also a friend who really loves her cats, so I'm just assuming that she really loves animals, and so it felt right.
That's fun. Okay, my next one is my New Year New Start from last year. And
Mhm.
this is part of why Kate, I'm like, I've got to pull these out more often. So it's Painted Flowers by Shakespeare's Peddler. Here's a picture. And I love this one. I'm doing it on, I think it's 32 count gunmetal. It's kind of hard to read her tag. Using all of the called for floss.
Mhm.
The black was kind of kicking, the dark fabric was kind of kicking my butt, but I got it figured out now. It was kicking my butt when I did this. This
Oh,
was
gotcha.
what I did last year. And so this year I have done all the green.
Okay. So fun.
And I have my New Year New Start from 2 years ago
Mhm.
also as one of the things that I'll be working on. So
Okay.
it's fairly close and hopefully I will get it done.
Oh, fun.
This one will be a while because there's a lot to this, but
Sure.
I have just I've given it good juju. I moved it into the life after death sleeve,
Oh, okay, there
the
you go.
805 stitcher. So it's
Mhm.
now in the floral thing, even though the flowers don't look anything alike, but it's got the good juju now.
That's right. That's right. Okay, I have another Mill Hill, and this was a start. It didn't quite get started on the first. I was trying to. It got started on the second. And this is the one that's assigned to our friends who have the same name. And it is Canoe Ride from Mill
Oh,
Hill.
yes.
Sorry
Okay.
for the glare. This is actually a new one from last year. I just thought it was really pretty. I have a friend who is retiring in a couple of months, and he likes to go out with his wife in their kayaks. I know this is a canoe, but they like to go out on the lake in their kayaks, and I just thought this would be a nice retirement present for him. Uh, and I got the entire frame all the way around and kind of popped in some of the dark brown that needed to go in there. This has become James's favorite piece because I will let him kind of stitch on perforated paper and he just puts the floss wherever he feels like, and then I take it out and I stitch where it's actually supposed to go.
But our two friends have
Mhm.
both been really moving things along, and so
Yes.
they are coming up. They've had finishes, and
Mhm.
yeah, so
So
they're
this
coming up a
gets
lot.
this gets 200 stitches this week. So, which will be fun. I'm excited and I really want to move it along. And the reason why I picked that is because one of our friends, her kids does scouts, and then they have the same name, so they have the same project.
Okay, my next one is Christmas Parade, and
Ooh.
I love this. And I started this at camp with one of my friends.
Mhm.
And it's the same person who made the bag that it lives in,
Mhm.
which
Yes.
really has nothing to do with Christmas, but she made the bag and it makes me laugh.
Mhm.
So that's where it went.
Perfect.
And I decided I had previously done, I'm going to show you this before I pull it up. I had previously done these two little mounds, and really,
Mhm.
I only had the pink in them when I started. But I've decided that I could do one animal and then I have to do all the white above and
Ooh.
below it. Look
Yes.
at that deer.
Oh, I love it.
And yeah, he's so cute.
Yes. Yes.
And I just had to work on him. I made
Hmm.
him one of my 25 for 25 also.
Oh,
So
okay.
he got a little extra time over the
Sure.
break. Oh, and that is 32 count once in a blue moon from Fiberlicious. Um, I did her Fabric of the Month club, but her club is great and you get beautiful colors, and it is she's really on it. I feel like that's a great club. If you want a really good Fabric of the Month club, Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers is a good one to join.
Okay. Good to know. The last thing that I have, I was trying to get done by Friday and it didn't get done by Friday. So I'm shooting for the end of the month on it. It's a birthday present for a friend whose birthday is today, actually. But it's fine, as you'll see. It lives in this Love You More sleeve that I got because it made me laugh and I didn't have any project in mind, but I have a perfect project for it. This is this is fine from it's a meme. It's the dog sitting with the flames all around him and he goes, "This is fine." This is a pattern that I got off of the CrossStitch subreddit on Reddit. If you just search for it, you'll find it. I filled in all the white in this speech bubble and it took forever. But there definitely is a difference between having it stitched and not having it stitched. And the rest of it is going to be is full coverage, and so I thought it'd look really silly if I didn't stitch it. Um, I have all of the black outline done. I guess I should have said this is on just a 40 count linen. Um, I have all of the black done. I have done all of the white. Um, Filling in the speech bubble, filling in him, and like all of the colors, basically what I've done in the past week. I've like really put a lot of stitches into this in the past week, over 1,000. Um, so I'm really hoping to finish him up. It's a lot of filling in, so it's kind of easy. Just sit down and work it out stitching. So this I have a goal to finish it this month, and I really hope that I do. But it's been fun. It's been fun to work on.
Awesome. Okay, I have one more. So we did this
Oh,
really well.
perfect.
Math worked.
Yes.
And it's in this bag.
Ooh, yes, my favorite.
And what I can never remember what my fabric is, but Keisha always remembers. I think it's Highland or
Uh-huh.
Heather.
I think it's Highland, but I don't remember
Okay.
exactly. Yes.
And it is Plum Street Samplers Blackberry House. This is one that I've assigned to Keisha
Mhm.
because this is the one that when it was on my Whipco board, when it was her choice, she almost always chose
Mhm.
this. I'm leaving off the bunting at the top because I did not stitch this on 40 count fabric. I'm
Mm.
stitching on 32 count. Like I said, I think it's Highland from Picture This Plus. It is down below for sure. And this is where it is.
It's so beautiful.
And I just love it.
Yes.
And I managed to get, so this is on my 25 for 25, I believe.
Mhm.
And I managed to get all of the green leaves done.
Mhm.
And so I told Keisha, oh, what I'm going to do now is just put my hoop on, and whatever is in the hoop, that's what I'm stitching.
Mhm.
So her name had come up, and I stitched on two of the pieces multiple times because I just kept doing like clumps of that many stitches.
Right.
But I did all of the berries. That's not the full berry. They'll look more like that. But
Mhm.
I did all of that color in them. That's one of the colors, and that's how much it changes.
Wow.
It's cappuccino. It's so cool looking, and
Mhm.
it's so fun to see it and see, oh, that's how much it changes just
Yeah.
with that
Throughout.
one
Yeah.
floss. So,
So
um,
cool.
I really feel like I've moved this, and this
Mhm.
is attainable this year.
Yes. Let me tell you about that project. I love the fabric because it looks like someone just smashed a bunch of blackberries on it. I love her bag because the button looks like a blackberry. It is my favorite thing. I
And
love it
you know,
so much.
it's all the purples on the bag, so
Mhm.
everything just kind of it's an
Mhm.
experience piece.
Yes,
Do you
yes,
guys, here's
no,
a good question for this week. Do you guys have any experience pieces? You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like
Right.
everything goes together, it just all sings. It's just all
Hmm.
fabulous. I love it.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's not like I will probably never stitch Blackberry House by Plum Street Samplers, but I passionately love that piece.
Well, and if you did, would it be hard for you because you love how I did it?
Yeah, I would have to be like, okay, I guess Judy, please make me the same bag, and I'm gonna have to find that fabric.
Well, and I don't even know. I don't think that that fabric dyes like that
Like that
anymore.
anymore. Hmm.
Because Zweigert went through some changes, the dyes went through some changes.
Yeah.
Um, and seriously, I think that's why I have a hard time remembering what the fabric is because
Hmm.
it doesn't look like that anymore.
Right, right.
So it's just like the perfect storm of things happening.
Hmm.
And it
Hmm.
just all came together. And I love working on it. It's fun to pull it out. It's soothing for me. I have pieces that I pull out that I'm just happy that that's what I'm working on because they
Hmm.
just make me feel good.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Do you
So.
have any like that?
I do. I really like I feel like just in general, I find Mill Hill's very soothing to work on. Just the perforated paper and I like all of the different designs. They're so different. And then and then it's kind of based on my mood, what I pull out that's, really fun and soothing. I find that like This Is Fine that I've been working on has been really nice for like this time right now for me because I just want to turn off my brain a lot of the time. And so it's nice to do that. But I also find myself whenever like I'm feeling super stressed, I like to work on things that we're working on together because then I'll just talk to you about it. But it also like things that you work on with a friend. It makes me, like, oh, my friend Laura. Or the 25/7 that I'm doing. I'm like, oh, my friend Laura, but also my friend Katie.
Yes.
So it's
And we've
it's
been sending each other pictures every day
yeah. Yeah.
when we finish, which is really silly because, like I was stitching a line. So Keisha
Uh-huh.
was getting a picture of a blue line
But I was
every
so excited
day.
every day you sent it.
And then I turned the corner and got up to the top, and I'm like, oh, this is where the cup is. So I bumped up. So she got a little extra on the line.
And I'm like, I'm almost to the end of that top border. I can stitch it in my sleep at this point.
It is fun to do things like that. And
Mhm.
that's one of those that came together for me too. And I had just decided, oh, I'm going to go look and see if I want to change colors. And I pulled the
Mhm.
DMCs at the shop, and had them out. And I thought, I really like these. And I had picked what fabric I was going to use
Mm-hmm.
because I liked her ground fabric. It all kind of came out blue purple.
Mm-hmm.
And so to find colors that almost, they're so close, almost
Yes.
match what Katie pulled. Um,
Right.
if you're in the Black Needle Society group, I did a layout of my start and I was trying to decide if I put the DMCs on there or if I just said these are really close, but you
Mm-hmm.
can see a flat lay of everything in there if you want to see those together.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
uh, we've talked some plans as we've been going along. Do you have other plans?
Not really. I'm going to be so what I have called that I haven't worked on, I have to do 200 stitches on Canoe Ride, which will be fun. And then I have to do 180 stitches on Swimming with Scissors because the person who was called for that, I think would find that project funny. So so that's why it's assigned to her. So those are what I need to work on. I will also just work more on This Is Fine to try to get that finished up because I would like to get it finished. So.
Mhm. I'm going to work on, I told you I would start a new fob from um, a fishtail
Mhm.
because that's one that I have assigned to somebody that I need to stitch for. Excuse me. Also, one that I have not started that I need to get going is oh, what is it called? It's the one from Satsuma Street from the November box.
Oh yeah, the temperature sal one,
hmm
but I
I,
forget the
I
name
want to
of it.
say current conditions or I can't think, but it's one that I want to get going and I have to get the right fabric for it. I think it's going to fit on an eighth yard.
Mhm.
And I'm going to use the same colors that I used for the other temperature sal that I did in
Mhm.
2023, which I have not finished.
Mhm.
So
See.
probably I'll be inspired to pull that out and work on that a little bit. I'm either through June or July.
Mhm.
So I just need to get the rest of the months done and then get the border part finished on it.
Mhm.
Um, I thought I had lost all of my temperatures, but no, I figured out where they are stored.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah,
And
I
if I pull out the Satsuma Street, I need to pull it out because it has a page where you can fill in the temperature every day. And I
Oh,
can
that's
catch that
nice.
up quickly.
hmm I've been trying to decide because I really like that one as well. And I've been trying to decide what I'm going to do with it. I because I could do this year, but I'm thinking about maybe doing 2017, which was the year I got married. So I don't know.
And you could start from your wedding date and go to your first anniversary.
Ooh, that's a cool idea. So
Because nothing says that it has to be a January through December year.
that's very true. That's because I was kind of thinking, I don't know, if like I did that, because I really, really like that pattern a lot. I could do it over one, and then I could do. No, I'm just kidding. But I was thinking that might be fun to do, like our anniversary, and then maybe do ones for the boys' birthday. But it'd be cool if like I started on their birthday and did their entire first year. That'd be kind
Yes.
of so. We'll see.
So I can't claim that idea. A lady that I worked with did temperature Afghans and she did them for her grandkids and started on the day they were born and did it for a
Oh,
year and it was their first birthday present.
oh, that's cool. Yeah, you've just blown my mind with this.
Yeah. Isn't that creative though? And
Yeah.
because I feel like sometimes I get stuck in that rut and I think very rigidly.
Literal. Yeah.
Yeah, and literally. And I just, when it says it's a year, well, you start in January and you stitch all the way through. So, um, I could start this as of January, or I could figure out some other date and start it.
Mhm.
But I really like it. I mean, I could start on
Mhm.
my birthday this year, so I could
Right.
not start it until July. And
Yeah.
then it would be hot stuff through hot stuff. So,
No, you've completely blown my mind. So there we go. I don't know if Laura just blew your guys' mind with it, but changed
Well,
everything.
there are things that happen that, yeah, I mean, when she said that, I thought, oh, yeah, you could do that. And I feel like I start so many things January 1st that
Mhm.
then in the month of January, that then it becomes really difficult to
Sure.
figure it out. Katie and I could probably figure out like when did we start Black Needle? And I could
Mhm.
stitch I know when our first retreat in a box officially went out. January
Right.
is
Mhm.
our anniversary month for that. But if I figure out, the retreat that we did that was virtual, would I
Mhm.
count that as the beginning of BNS? That was kind of
Mhm.
when we thought, oh, hey, we could do this
Mhm.
as a business. And,
Yeah.
so then I would start in April.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Hmm.
Maybe I'll start it at camp and then I
There you
would
go.
finish it the
Camp
next year
camp.
at camp.
Ooh, that could be fun.
That could be really fun.
That would mean you'd start it on my birthday.
Yes. So, I mean, that could be really, really fun to do that.
Yeah.
So I may wait. I may talk myself into this and wait a little bit and work on finishing the other one in the 6 months in between here.
Yeah. There you go.
Look at that. Live
Live plan.
planning.
I'm just nodding and saying yes because I'm still like, you don't have to start in January.
Well, and I love that I tell you about that. And so I've talked myself into that
Yep,
too.
there we go. That's how it happens, people.
Oh my goodness. I was trying to think if there were any other plans. I know we both have some model stitching coming down the line, and so I want to have my ducks in a row and
Sure.
see what I need to figure out. And I may have to work ahead a little on my blessing sampler because right now, when I started it, I figured out that I needed to do about 175 stitches a day to finish
Hmm.
it by January 31st.
Hmm.
If I get busy model stitching, if it comes up here pretty quick, I would need to like drop that. So it could be that what I need to do right now is work on stitching way more than that in a day.
Right.
But my other thing is that I really like our challenge stitching and I just kind of want to keep up with it and
Hmm.
enjoy those pieces. It's been fun touching so many things and,
Yeah, definitely.
you know, we're working on between 2 and 6 projects a week
Hmm.
for that.
Hmm.
Plus the two, well, I do a blessing sampler and a 25/7 every day.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah. So it's good. We're working on a good chunk of stuff.
so guess what, guys? We're going to have a lot to show you.
A lot.
And we've had we're going to do stats this year. We've both been counting stitches.
Yes.
We're going to figure out kind of what that looks like. And Keisha had the brilliant idea because I kept talking about all of these different ideas and challenges and things. She had the brilliant idea that maybe what we should do is try a different challenge every month. Well, we'll see if we do that because I'm kind of really liking our group challenge, but
Right.
we may throw in a couple extra things that we could.
Yeah. You know me, I'm game for whatever. I'll do it.
And I am counting Society Stitcher as my BNS piece for this month. I may pull out, I have one that I already had started, which is
Mhm.
Really Friends.
Yes.
And I could maybe pull that out and work on that a little bit this month and,
Mhm.
keep it going throughout the year and see if I can move because I have like one little corner started.
Oh, right.
So, but that's probably about it. And I'll think of
Mhm.
100 things after we get off here.
Oh, always.
But for now, probably we've rambled enough.
Yeah, and we've caught up on the shenanigans and told you about the rest of the year shenanigans, and you don't have to start on January 1st.
If you guys have other things like that that have just blown your mind, share them with us down
Yeah,
below. We
blow
love
my
to hear
mind some
from you.
more.
We love to hear from you. So, with that, I feel like there's really nothing left to say except bye.
Bye. Have a good week.